Before we start our journey tonight, take a long, deep breath in and let it go completely. Feel the tension leaving your shoulders. Feel the weight of the modern world, with all its screens, its rush, and its noise beginning to dissolve. You have nothing left to do today. There are no messages to answer, no tasks to finish. Your only job right now is to rest. Tonight, we are traveling back in time. We are stepping out of the present day and into the quiet, candlelit shadows of the 19th century. We are going to follow the life of a single, ordinary person named Arthur Finch. Born into the crisp winter air of 1843, Arthur's life was not one of grand historical battles or famous deeds. Instead, his was a life of quiet beauty, lived to the steady rhythm of the changing seasons, the soft crackle of hearth fires, and the comforting predictability of a world that moved slowly. As you listen to the story of his journey from birth to old age, let the steady pace of the past anchor your mind. Let the gentle sounds of Victorian rain and glowing embers wrap around you like a heavy woolen blanket. Every life has a quiet beginning. Let your mind travel back to the winter of 1843. It is a Tuesday evening in December, and the snow is falling in thick, silent flakes over a small cottage on the edge of London. Inside, by the warm glow of a roaring hearth, Arthur Finch is born into the world. Close your eyes, breathe softly. Let us step into the fog, into the amber glow of the gas lamps, and into the peaceful story of a life well lived. Chapter 1. The Winter Beginning, 1843. He is wrapped in a soft flannel blanket, knitted by his grandmother. His first sights are the golden patterns of firelight dancing across a whitewashed ceiling. His first sounds are the steady, reassuring thrum of his mother's heartbeat and the slow, hypnotic tick of a wooden grandfather clock in the hallway. He is safe. He is warm. He is at the very beginning of a long, beautiful journey. Chapter 2. The Days of Youth. Time moves differently when we are young. For little Arthur, the 1850s passed like a long, warm summer. As a boy, his world is small and wondrous. He learns to write his letters on a small slate stone using a piece of white chalk. Scribble, wipe away, scribble. The sound is a quiet rhythm to his afternoons. He plays in the fields beyond the smoke of the city, collecting smooth river stones and watching the heavy horses pull wooden plows through the. In the winter months, his mother prepares his bed with a unique care. Beneath his thick patchwork quilts, she has stitched layers of old newspapers. In these times, it is common knowledge that paper shields the body from the damp night air. As Arthur tucks himself in, the faint, comforting rustle of the paper insulation locks out the chill, keeping him perfectly warm. His eyes grow heavy as his father reads to him by the light of a single tallow candle. The voice is a low, soothing rumble. Arthur's head rests on a pillow stuffed with soft goose feathers, and the air smells of lavender drying on the windowsill. Each day blends seamlessly into the next, a steady foundation of peace. Chapter 3. The Golden Years of Manhood. The years turn, and the boy becomes a man. By the 1870s, Arthur has found his steady place in the world. He wakes early in his own brick terrace house. The morning bedroom is pitch black, and his first daily ritual is to strike a lucifer, an early friction match. It lights with a sharp crack, filling the dark room with a brief, warm glow and the heavy, earthy scent of sulfur. With the match, he lights a candle and begins his morning wash. He cleans his teeth using a toothbrush made of stiff pig bristles carved into a smooth cow bone handle, dipping it into a small tin of crushed charcoal paste. Next, he dresses in his daily uniform, a heavy dark waistcoat and wool trousers. Like most people in London, Arthur wears deep, dark colours not out of sadness, but because the heavy coal smoke of the city would turn bright fabrics a permanent grey within a single walk. Downstairs, breakfast awaits. He slices a loaf of dense bread from the local baker. In these times, bakers often mix a bit of harmless sawdust or ground bone into the flour to make the loaves stretch. But to Arthur, toasted directly over the open fire and spread with salted butter, it is hearty and satisfying. Instead of raw water, which can be unsafe in the growing city, he brews a pot of strong black tea. The boiling water makes it perfectly pure. He adds a spoonful of sugar and holds the hot mug between his hands, looking out the window as the morning mist rolls down the street. Chapter 4. The Orderly Day. Arthur begins his walk to work at the timber yard. The morning air is crisp, carrying the scent of wood smoke and damp stone. As he walks, he passes the neighborhood shops. He waves at the local grocer, a cheerfully optimistic man whom the locals fondly call a gigglemug because of his constant warm smile. Arthur passes a local lodging house. Through the windows, he sees weary travelers utilizing the penny sit-up, a long bench where men can rest for a single penny, leaning over a tight rope to sleep through the night. For those with 4 pennies, there are wooden box beds that look like small coffins, keeping them safe and dry from the elementals. Arthur feels a quiet gratitude for his own warm bed as he moves along. He arrives at his desk. His workspace is a haven of quiet order. He sits at his oak desk, dips his steel-pointed pen into an inkwell, and begins to write in the ledger. Deep, scratch, scratch, deep. The repetition is hypnotic. Whenever the heavy grey fog makes the office dim, or if Arthur ever feels a spell of winter melancholy or gets the mawps, as his friends say, he simply takes a slow breath, focuses on the smooth rhythm of his pen, and lets the steady work carry him through the afternoon. Chapter 5. The Autumn of Life. The 1890s arrive, bringing a soft grey to Arthur's hair and a slower, more deliberate pace to his footsteps. He has retired from the ledgers. He has saved his daily newspapers over the years, a prized possession from a time when paper was a luxury. Now, in his golden years, he sits in his armchair and reads them from cover to cover by the hearth. On special occasions, he dresses in his Sunday best, a beautiful, well-preserved suit that makes him feel quite afternoonified, a word the Victorians used for something exceptionally smart and high class. He sits with his wife, Mary. On cold evenings, she sits opposite him, the click-click of her wooden knitting needles matching the slow, heavy tick of the brass clock on the mantelpiece. They look back on the decades with a profound, deep gratitude. Every day was lived, every night brought rest. The fire casts the same familiar, dancing shadows on the wall that it did when he was a boy. Chapter 6. The Final Rest, 1980. It is a quiet evening in the early spring of 1918. The Victorian era has passed into history, and a new century has come. But Arthur's room remains a sanctuary of the old world. He is 75 years old. He lies in his heavy oak bed, the very same blankets keeping him warm. The room is dark, save for the soft, pulsing red embers of the fireplace. Mary sits beside him, holding his hand. Her grip is warm, familiar, and steady. Arthur listens to the rain outside. It is the same rain that washed the cobblestones when he was a boy. It is the same rain that fell on the night he was born. He feels an immense, wrapping weight of peace. His journey is complete. He has walked his path gracefully, and now the path is opening up into an endless, quiet night. He closes his eyes. His breathing slows, matching the steady, fading rhythm of the rain. Inhale and let go. The candle goes out. The embers fade to dark. Arthur is asleep. The world is asleep. And you, too, are completely free to drift away into the quiet, beautiful dark.